Well, Moses Ankwai is the founder of Afrolynk, a startup consultancy that focuses on Africa. A successful businesswoman has to be online, but do African businesswomen face more challenges in that respect than men?
Yes. So one of the interesting things we've seen is that, again, like we saw in the last clip, we saw that they say women need to become more successful and also need to become visible. But I think one of the things that we need to look at is that formalizing of their entrepreneurship is what is very important. And again, they do not have the same access as men do in terms of all the digital tools that are actually available. And that is why it's important for us to now enable them utilizing the things that they already have, the tools that they have, the mobile platform they already have, to make them become more visible and formalize their entrepreneurial activities.
So what do you have to do? What practically, what sort of skills do you have to give them?
One of the things we see, and again, bringing it to Afrolynk, one of the things we've seen is that when we launched the factory24.org, we realized that, of course, these women are actually entrepreneurs already. We needed to give them that digital skill to make them more successful, to go beyond the boundaries that they already have. And one of the things we saw was that as to men already have the tools like the hardware, the laptop that they can even use to access these knowledge. But for women, it wasn't that accessible because most of the things are actually men are already privileged to it. So what we saw was how do we adapt to what they already have and again, see how we enhance and give them access to some of these digital tools that can make their business become more successful.
So basically that's going to level the playing field.
Yes, I mean, one of the things that we see is that when it comes to digitalization goes beyond strength. It goes beyond human physics, because one of the things you can do is that you can work beyond boundaries, beyond borders, and that is one of the things we've seen that we need to empower women more on. It doesn't mean that they all need to be coders. What it means is that they need to have the knowledge to transform their business into the digital arena, into the digital sphere, so that they are able to engage more people and become part of the new, what we call the future economy.
So how representative are African women in the startup scene?
So one of the things we've seen is that although it's male-dominated, women are now coming stronger into the picture. And the reason why they're coming stronger is because they have something that normally male startup entrepreneurs do not have. That is the creativity. That is that cautiousness. Because when they do things, they look at it from the impact perspective. And that is something that is changing the whole paradigm at the moment.
So they're better on the creative front and better at what? Planning and working out what the risks are, to what sort of risks they should take as a business person.
One of the things we've seen is a lot of time when we say startup, it's rise and fall. But a lot of times, most of the successful startups, when women are involved, either they are in the C-level or actually founders, what happens is they sustain the business and actually grow it. And that's one of the things we've seen. And that's why, if you look at from the investor perspective, most investors prefer to have actually stable women in the company so that they can invest in them.
A good thing for business for them. Moses Ankwai, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you very much, Ben.